Okay, hello everybody. Wanted to do a class where we just focus on the short and the long vowels. I'll mention a little bit about the diphthongs later, and in a future class perhaps we'll look at the EA spelling. When you have an EA in a word, it can be pronounced at least 7 different ways with 7 different vowel sounds, and that's what makes EA very tricky, just like OUGH, very tricky as well. So we'll look at those in other classes. But I want to draw your attention to the difference between the short I and the long E. Because sometimes when I hear students use these two, sometimes the difference, well, when I hear them speak, I can't differentiate clearly enough between, for example, it and eat. And they are different, yeah? It is the short sound, eat is a long sound. And similarly, you have bit and beat, pit and peat, sit and seat, fit and feet, hit and heat, or hid and heed. Yeah, if we're going to use a D instead of a T, hid, like I hid in the corner, and heed, like heed my advice. Yeah, this is very often seen with the word advice. Heed my advice. Unheeded advice is advice you didn't listen to, yeah? When you heed somebody's advice, you follow their advice. So make sure that when you're saying bet, beat, bit, beat, I'm just looking at the short I sound at the moment and that longer E, yeah? Bit, beat. But maybe, you know, bet, peat, or beat. Maybe you consider this long sound to be the long sound of the E, or maybe you consider it the long sound of the I. It's up to you, but it is a longer sound, it really is. Fit is a shorter word than feet. Sit, seat. Yeah, you've got to have that E. I, E, I, E. I would even say that the I is higher pitched and the E is slightly lower pitched, but it's a longer sound, yeah? So there is a difference, just like there's a very big difference between can and can't, but we'll look at that in a second. Let's just go over some more. So you would have did and deed. Yeah, here's another two, which are, they must sound different. A good deed, a bad deed. Yeah, that's deed. It's long sound, deed, and not did. Did, deed. Yeah, hid, heed. Let's look at some more. Well, perhaps we'll look at some other short vowel sounds as well. So you've got bit, pit, bet, pet, bat, pat, but, put, but, put. There is no but in English, although I must say, to me, it sounds like an accent from the north. And so I think people in the north of the country, maybe they do say but and not but, like I do. And this is how I know, this is how I can tell where somebody's from, because their accent changes according to the vowel sounds, usually. And so, yeah, and you can see this with American English and British English, with walk and walk, talk, talk. Yeah, they are different in the vowel sounds. Okay, so you've got soot, foot, put, bot, pot. Now, compare these with the longer sounds and make sure you really can hear the difference between and or, yeah? Let me just do the sounds for you here. E, or, oo, ah. They're the long sounds. E, or, oo, ah. Now let me put them into different words. Beat, Bert. That's a name like Bertrand Russell, yeah? Beat, Bert, bought, boot, Bart. Beat, Bert, bought,